how would you define a cult?
Okay, it's a very important question that all religions face, because the secular lobby, the atheistic lobby, continues to call all religions cults. By cult, what do we mean? Means that you are not open to, if you like, rational debate or rational kind of interaction. Whenever you find any system which is not open to, if you like, rational inquiry, it can very quickly turn into a kind of very set system of thought which is not open to interpretation or open to evolution. And this is how we define a cult. In fact, one of the reasons that I like to kind of point out is this. A lot of religions are fixated on the book. This is a sad situation, because if you are fixated on the book, you keep waving a book saying, everything is my book here, it's all written in my book. You see, this is the sign of a cult, because then it says you are not allowed to think for yourself because it's already been thought out for you, it's written in my book. So as long as I keep quoting you chapter and verse quotes, I'm off the hook. I don't need to interact with you. This is a very dangerous thing, because then if you get fixated on the text may have been very useful perhaps 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, whenever they were written up. They may have been suitable for the context in which they were presented, but the context has changed dramatically. So if you are still fixated on the book, saying it's written in the book, an eye for an eye, then you see you're going to create, the whole world will go blind, as they say. So this idea of getting fixated on the book, trying to kind of relate your religion simply to the text in your, in your scriptures or whatever, is a very clear sign of how a cult develops. It is fixated. Again, you see, one of the interesting criticism I must present regarding religious education in this country is this. When I present Hinduism, which is kind of very open and kind of, open to interpretation and more contemporary, they say, no, Mr. Lakhani, show me the chapter and verse quote in the Vedas. I say, look, we are growing, we are an ongoing system, we are an evolving system. The Vedas were very suitable perhaps 5,000 years ago, 4,000 years, but perhaps not so suitable now. The language and the text is not necessarily suited for our times. We've got modern proponents of religion who can present the same ideas suited to the context in which they operate and talk in our own language. So it doesn't require, kind of ancient Sanskrit to understand. So this ongoing phenomena that is a speciality of Hinduism gets ignored, because they say, Mr. Lakhani, you must show me, quote me chapter and verse. This is a nasty thing, and I'll tell you why I'm very critical of this idea of getting fixated on the book. There is one particular guy who comes on television almost on one of the Sky channels every day, 24 hours. He has got a habit of just memorizing the chapter and verse quotes of other religions, and he selectively uses them to demolish the dignity of those religions. He is very popular, and he's doing tremendous harm to all world religions because he wants to promote his own religion above others. It's so easy to do that. If you selectively choose chapter and verse quotes of other texts from other scriptures, you can show that religion in a very poor light, in an almost contradictory light. And this is his speciality. His only skill is he knows how to do text torturing. This is called text torturing. And if you say, no, if the book is written, this was written in the Vedas, then he can use that to pull it out of context and really present it to you to show your own religion in a very poor light. This is an ongoing issue. So I'm suggesting, in fact, I said on one of the BBC programs, the worst form of idolatry means getting fixated on some kind of externals. The worst form of idolatry is idolatry of the book. Because it's written in my book, I'm not open to interaction, I'm not open to rational challenges, I'm not open to evolution, it's all fixed in my book. And this is how cults develop. And do you think that Hinduism is not, it doesn't have any cults? Oh yes, we do. We also have in Hinduism certain groups who are quite fixated on the way they want to relate to the rest of the world and the way they relate to the idea of religion or Hinduism. And they say, we have got the full prescription here within our group. And very quickly they become stagnant and become seriously counterproductive to the greater Hinduism agenda, which is very open and pluralistic. They become fixated on one particular issue, say this is the way you must think about God, and everybody else is false, and they're worshipping demigods. This is dangerous. This destroys the dignity of Hinduism, which is very open and very pluralistic, allowing for modern interpretation without even gods. All this gets compromised when you belong to a cult. It's a serious issue.